Hello, collectors and coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and their surprising values. Today, we're talking about one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in modern history, the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you've ever stumbled upon a 1991 penny and wondered whether it could be worth anything more than just 1 cent, then you're in for a treat. Today, we'll unravel the mystery behind this rare coin and explore how it managed to fetch an unbelievable price of $1.7 million. Alright folks, let's start with a quick refresher on the 1991 penny. Normally, the penny, or the 1-cent coin, features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial. But for most of us, when we think of a penny, we don't think of anything particularly rare or valuable. After all, pennies are produced in the billions every year. So, what makes the 1991 penny so special? Typically, the U.S. Mint places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced. The most common mint marks you'll find are D for Denver and S for San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint typically doesn't place a mint mark on coins, but in 1991, something strange happened. In 1991, a limited number of pennies were released from the Philadelphia Mint without any mint mark at all. Now, this wasn't a routine error. It was a significant oversight. The Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally doesn't use mint marks on its coins, accidentally produced a small batch of pennies without the usual P, D, or S. And it was this simple omission that would end up changing the fate of one lucky collector. Imagine the scene, a regular day at the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, where thousands of pennies were being struck for circulation. Amidst this process, a small batch of pennies slipped through the cracks without being marked with the usual mint symbol. Normally, this wouldn't have been noteworthy. But this time, these no-mint mark pennies were unique, and they would become one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in U.S. history. So, why does this error make the 1991 no-mint mark penny so valuable? Well, rare coins, especially those with minting errors, have a unique appeal to collectors. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. The market value of this coin has soared to astronomical heights over the years. In 2018, a well-preserved 1991 no-mint mark penny sold for an incredible $1.7 million at auction. That's right, a single penny, a coin that was once worth just 1 cent, fetched a price more commonly associated with rare art or sports memorabilia. But how did it get there? To understand this, we need to explore the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics. Coin collectors, or numismatists, are always on the lookout for rare coins that have historical significance or were produced with errors. These collectors appreciate the story behind the coin as much as the rarity. And in the case of the 1991 no-mint mark penny, it checks all the boxes. First, let's talk about the physical characteristics. The coin must be in excellent condition to fetch top dollar. A 1991 no-mint mark penny in mint state condition, meaning it has no visible wear or damage, is much more valuable than one that's been in circulation for decades. The more pristine the coin, the higher the price. This particular coin that sold for $1.7 million was in remarkable condition, with almost no signs of aging, which made it even more desirable to collectors. But let's dive deeper into the factors that contributed to this specific penny reaching such an extraordinary price. It all comes down to rarity and demand. The 1991 no-mint mark penny is one of the rarest coins of the modern era, with estimates suggesting that only a handful of these error coins were ever produced. Collectors cherish rare coins, and as more and more people learn about this penny's rarity, the demand increases. Over the years, the price of the 1991 no-mint mark penny has steadily climbed. From modest estimates of $10,000 to $50,000 in the early 2000s, the price began to skyrocket once collectors and investors realized just how rare and valuable these pennies were. In 2018, when that coin sold for $1.7 million, it set a record that would forever change the way people view modern U.S. coins. Coins like the 1991 no-mint mark penny are incredibly valuable because they are tangible pieces of history. Not only do they represent an important minting error, but they also highlight how small details can make all the difference in the world of numismatics. As more collectors become aware of these unique finds, the prices continue to rise. Now, you might be wondering, could you have one of these valuable pennies sitting in your change jar? Well, if you happen to have a 1991 penny without a mint mark, don't rush to throw it into your collection just yet. Most of these coins are likely not the error version that's worth a fortune. The key to identifying a 1991 no-mint mark penny is, of course, the lack of a mint mark. But there's more to it than that. The coin must be in near-perfect condition, with minimal signs of wear. And even then, only a small percentage of these error pennies are considered to be of significant value. If you suspect you have one of these rare coins, it's a good idea to get it professionally appraised by a certified coin dealer or numismatist. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to think about why coins like this are so valuable. It's not just the rarity. It's the story behind them. These small, everyday items remind us of the intricate details that shape history and the unpredictable nature of how value can emerge over time. Who would have thought a simple penny from 1991 could be worth millions? Well, that's it for today's deep dive into the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Who knows? Maybe you've got one of these rare treasures hiding in your collection right now. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever found a coin that turned out to be worth far more than you thought? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of coin collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well today. If you're a coin collector, or just a curious treasure hunter, you're in for a treat. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies out there, the 1975 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, I know what you might be thinking, 1975 pennies? Aren't those just worth 1 cent? Well, let me stop you right there, because this particular coin is worth a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A penny, a regular penny, could be worth more than your car or even your house in some cases. Stick with me to learn why. Alright, let's first break down what makes this coin so special. If you're looking through your change jar or scouring through rolls of pennies, you're probably going to see a lot of 1975 pennies. They were minted in huge numbers, over 4.5 billion of them. So, why would a single one be worth $1 million? Well, it all has to do with something called a minting error. Let's get into it. This penny looks just like any other 1975 Lincoln cent, right? Well, not exactly. Let's talk about the D-mint mark. This refers to coins minted in Denver, Colorado. The key here is the double die error. Some 1975 pennies, especially those with the D-mint mark, were struck with a double image. This happened when the die, the piece of metal that stamps the design onto the coin, was misaligned during the minting process. When the die was used to stamp the design onto the penny, it shifted slightly, creating a second image over the first. This misalignment resulted in a double impression of the year, 1975, and sometimes even the portrait of Abraham Lincoln itself. It's a very subtle error, but if you know what you're looking for, it becomes pretty easy to spot. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There are only a few known examples of the 1975 D double die penny, and that rarity is what drives the price sky high. The most famous example of this penny was discovered by a coin collector who noticed the double impression of the 1975 on his coin. After getting it authenticated by a professional numismatist, it was officially recognized as one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Once the coin was authenticated, it hit the market and sold for an astonishing $1.3 million. Yes, a single penny, that's worth a literal fortune today. And while that price tag might seem unbelievable, it's actually the rarity and the demand from collectors that makes this coin worth so much. Let's break down exactly why the 1975 D mint mark penny is so valuable. First, rarity. The double die error is incredibly rare. Even though millions of 1975 pennies were minted, very few actually have this mistake. It's not something you're likely to find just by digging through your pocket change. Second, demand. Coin collectors are always on the hunt for rare and unique items. The 1975 D double die penny is a highly sought-after piece of history, which increases its value as collectors compete to own it. And third, condition matters. The coin in question that sold for $1.3 million was in mint condition, meaning it was practically flawless. The higher the grade of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Coins that have been well preserved, without scratches, wear, or discoloration, are worth far more than those that are damaged or worn down. As you can see here, the coin looks nearly perfect. That's what makes it so desirable to collectors. So, if you happen to stumble upon a 1975 D penny that looks like it's in mint condition, take a closer look. But remember, not every 1975 penny is worth millions. You need to look for that double die error. Trust me, if you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Here's a quick comparison. On the left, you have a standard 1975 D penny. On the right, the double die error. See how the 1975 on the double die coin is slightly doubled. That's the key feature. It can be tricky to spot, but once you know what you're looking for, it's much easier. Now, let's talk about how you can potentially find a valuable 1975 D penny. The chances are slim, but it's definitely possible. You'll need to search through rolls of pennies or check any 1975 pennies you already have in your collection. If you think you found one, don't just assume it's valuable right off the bat. It's important to have it professionally graded and authenticated to make sure it's the real deal. To get your coin graded, you can send it to a professional grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services will evaluate the condition of your coin, confirm if it's a genuine double die, and assign it a grade. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Alright, so we've covered why the 1975 D mint mark penny is worth $1.3 million, but I want to remind you that it's not just about the money. Coin collecting is about history, passion, and discovery. Each coin you find tells a story, whether it's about a rare error or just a snapshot of the past. So, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows? Maybe one day, you'll discover your very own $1 million penny. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome coin content. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're on the hunt for your own valuable treasure. I'll see you in the next video. Happy hunting, and remember, every penny counts. Hey, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something that's going to blow your mind, the 1988 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you're a collector, you've probably heard the rumors, but the truth about this penny might just surprise you. Imagine a simple penny, one of the most common coins in your pocket, being worth over $1.6 million. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it's not. Stick with me, and I'll tell you the full story. So, let's start by talking about what this coin is and why it's so valuable. We all know the Lincoln penny, right? The famous penny that features Abraham Lincoln on one side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's been a part of American currency for over a century, and most of us have probably come across tons of them throughout our lives, but what makes this specific 1988 penny so special is that it doesn't have a mint mark on it, and that's where the story begins. For those of you who may not know, every year, U.S. coins are minted at various facilities. The U.S. Mint has branches in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each branch has its own mint mark, a small letter that helps collectors know where the coin was made. Normally, Pennies have a mint mark, but in 1988, something unusual happened. Most pennies from 1988 were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and they carried a P mint mark. However, a small number of 1988 pennies were produced without any mint mark at all, a simple, mysterious design flaw that could easily go unnoticed. But, of course, that's what makes this particular coin so rare and so valuable. Now, I know what you're thinking: how did something like this slip through the cracks? Great question. Let's take a look at how it happened. In 1988, the US Mint was dealing with a lot of production at different facilities, and the minting process had to be quick and efficient. The result was that a handful of these pennies were struck without the telltale P mint mark. These coins are considered errors, and error coins are typically the holy grail for collectors, but it's not just any error that makes a coin valuable. In this case, the 1988 penny without a mint mark is not just rare, it's also significant because of the extreme rarity of it happening. Coins like these don't just pop up every day. Alright, so what does this mean for the value of the coin? You might be wondering, if it's a rare error coin, how much is it worth? Well, here's where things get interesting. In the market today, the value of this penny has reached staggering heights, with some reports suggesting it could be worth over $1.6 million. That's $1.6 million for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. How crazy is that? The coin, due to its rarity and the collectors who are clamoring for it, has become one of the most sought-after error coins in the world. But hold on. Before you go checking your piggy bank for a potential goldmine, not every 1988 penny without a mint mark is worth $1.6 million. The value depends on several factors, such as the condition of the coin, whether it's been preserved well, and how much interest there is in the market at the time. Coin collectors and investors use a grading system to determine the value of a coin. The most common grading system is called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1, poor, to 70, perfect. A penny in pristine condition, graded at MS 67 or higher, will fetch a much higher price than a heavily worn one. Coins in mint state are especially rare, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. But just to give you an idea of how valuable these coins can be, back in 2018, a single 1988 no mint mark penny in perfect condition was sold for over $300,000. Now, it's estimated that in the right conditions, one of these could fetch $1.6 million, but these coins don't just appear overnight. When one does pop up, it causes a huge bidding war among collectors, and that's what pushes the value up. So, if you happen to find a 1988 penny with no mint mark, what should you do? Well, step 1 is to preserve it. You want to make sure it stays in great condition by keeping it in a protective holder to avoid any damage. Step 2 is to get it authenticated. There are professional grading companies that can verify the authenticity and condition of your coin. This is an essential step because without proper documentation, you won't be able to prove the coin's value. Some well-known grading services like PCGS and NGC are trusted in the numismatic community to certify coins. Once authenticated and graded, your coin could be ready for auction, or it could be the perfect addition to your collection. Now, as exciting as this all sounds, it's important to note that counterfeit coins and misidentified coins are unfortunately out there, and you need to be cautious when dealing with high-value items like this. If you're looking to invest, do your research and work with reputable dealers. Over the years, we've seen rare pennies like these sell for huge amounts at auctions, and the 1988 no mint mark penny is no exception. The crazy thing is, many people don't even know they have one of these error coins. You could be holding on to a future fortune and not even realize it. So, what do you think about this incredible story? Do you have a 1988 penny lying around, or are you planning on starting your coin collection now? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more coin-related content and stories of amazing finds. You never know, the next big discovery could be in your pocket right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more amazing content about coins, rare finds, and the fascinating world of numismatics. Today, we've got a jaw-dropping topic to talk about, a coin that's worth an astounding $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million for a penny. We're diving into the story of the 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you have one of these in your collection, you might just be holding a small fortune. But how did this humble penny become worth so much, and why is it attracting so much attention? Let's find out. First, let's set the stage by taking a look at the 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. The penny, minted in 1976 at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint Ma, looks just like any other penny you might find in your pocket. It features President Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, and on the reverse, you'll see the iconic Lincoln Memorial. It's easy to pass by, right? But there's one small detail about some of these pennies that makes them special. In 1976, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies as part of the annual production. Most of these pennies are extremely common and can be found all over the country, but there's one extremely rare variation that has made this penny famous. So, what makes a simple 1976 D penny worth millions of dollars? The answer lies in a very rare error coin that was produced during the minting process. A very small number of 1976 pennies were struck with the wrong design, which makes them unbelievably rare. This error coin, commonly referred to as the double die penny, is the one that's been causing such a stir in the numismatic world. Now, you may be wondering, what's a double die error? Well, it's when the design on a coin is stamped twice, slightly misaligned. This gives the image, in this case, Abraham Lincoln's portrait, an almost blurry or doubled look. For the 1976 D penny, the double die error caused the date, 1976, and Lincoln's features on the obverse side of the coin to appear with extra thickness, often giving the coin an almost ghostly appearance. So, how much is this error penny worth? To answer that, let's look at the market. At auction, a 1976 D double die penny has been known to fetch extraordinary amounts, sometimes going for as high as $1.4 million. That's right, a penny that could change your life. The $1.4 million price tag comes from the rarity of the coin. Only a few of these double die pennies are known to exist. Collectors, dealers, and investors alike are all vying for the opportunity to own one of these rare gems. The high value is also influenced by the coin's historical significance, the fact that it's an error coin, and the ongoing demand for error coins in the numismatic market. Now, let's talk about how you can identify whether your 1976 D penny could be worth $1 million. It's all about examining the details. Here's what to look for. Start with the date. On a normal 1976 D penny, the numbers should be crisp and clear. But on a double die penny, you'll see that the numbers appear to have extra thickness or a shadow effect, as if they were struck twice. Next, pay close attention to Lincoln's facial features. Look for any doubling of the lines around his nose, eyebrow, or lips. You'll see a faint, ghosting, or shadow effect. This is another sign that your coin could be a double die error. Finally, don't forget to check the mint mark. The D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin should also show signs of doubling. While the mint mark may not be as pronounced as the doubling in the date or Lincoln's features, it's still something to keep in mind when you're assessing your penny. So, why is this penny worth so much? Well, beyond the rarity of the error, there are a few factors that play into the value of this coin. For one, error coins, especially double die errors, are highly sought after by collectors because of their uniqueness. There are only a few known examples of the 1976 D double die penny, which makes it an extremely rare find. Another important factor is the coin's condition. Coins that are in mint condition or graded at higher levels tend to command a much higher price. If you're lucky enough to find a 1976 D penny in perfect condition with the double die error, it could be worth even more than the average auction price. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How can you check your pennies to see if you might have one of these rare coins? If you have a collection of pennies from 1976, start by pulling out any with the D mint mark. Carefully examine them under good lighting, using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to help you see the finer details. It's important to be patient and thorough when searching. Even though these double die error pennies are rare, they're out there, and one could be hiding in your collection. So there you have it, the 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million if it's one of those rare double-die error coins. If you think you found one, make sure to have it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service to confirm its value. As with all rare coins, don't forget that the coin market can fluctuate, so it's always a good idea to consult with an expert if you think you have something valuable. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more cool coin content. And hey, good luck hunting for those rare finds. Who knows? You might be holding the next big discovery. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting topic that might just blow your mind, the 1984 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You're probably wondering, how in the world could a coin from 1984 be worth a whopping $1.5 million? Well, buckle up, because we're going to take a deep dive into this amazing coin, explore why it's so valuable, and break down how you could get your hands on a potential treasure like this. So, let's get started. First off, let's take a look at what makes this penny so special. The 1984 penny, like most pennies from that year, was supposed to have a mint mark. Usually, we see a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco on the coin. But this penny, this particular one, has no mint mark at all. Now, at first glance, this might seem like a simple oversight, but it's actually a major mistake. Mint marks are used to indicate where a coin was produced. In 1984, most of the pennies were made at the Denver Mint, and as you'd expect, they had a D stamped on them. But in a rare twist of fate, a small batch of these pennies were accidentally produced without any mint mark at all. This mistake has caused a huge stir in the coin collecting world. Now, let's talk about the value. A regular 1984 penny is worth just 1 cent. But a 1984 penny without a mint mark? That's where things get wild. The reason this penny is so valuable comes down to its rarity. In the world of coin collecting, errors like this are highly sought after by collectors, as they're incredibly rare. Experts estimate that only a small handful of these no mint mark pennies were ever made. So, if you find one of these hidden treasures in your pocket change or in your collection, you've found something extremely rare. And when it comes to rare coins, rarity drives the price up exponentially. Now here's the crazy part, one of these 1984 no mint mark pennies recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.5 million at auction. That's right, $1.5 million for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but it happened. And this isn't some one-off fluke, this coin was sold to a private collector who understood just how rare and valuable it was. So, how can you identify the 1984 no mint mark penny? Great question. It's not always easy to spot, especially if you don't have a keen eye for coin collecting. Let's go through the steps. Look at the obverse of the penny, this is the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Normally, you should see a mint mark beneath the date. If you can't see a mint mark, then you've got to look closely. Examine the quality of the coin. Since these are error coins, you may find that some of them are slightly worn or have unusual markings because they weren't meant to be minted that way. Step 3, once you confirm the lack of the mint mark, the next step is to get it authenticated. Because there are always people trying to cash in on error coins, getting your coin certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC is crucial. They can verify its authenticity and, most importantly, its value. You might be wondering, how common is it to find a 1984 penny with no mint mark? Well, the answer is simple, not very common at all. Experts believe that only a handful of these coins were ever struck by accident. The vast majority of 1984 pennies were stamped at the Denver Mint, so the mistake was extremely rare. That's why finding one of these pennies can feel like striking gold. And just like any other rare collectible, the value increases with the rarity of the error. If you do happen to find one of these coins, the first thing you'll want to do is get it appraised and authenticated, because the potential value could be life-changing. Okay, let's take a step back and talk about the market for rare coins in general. While most people think of collecting coins as a hobby, it's actually a big business. Collectors from around the world are constantly searching for rare and valuable coins, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. Coins like the 1984 no-mint mark penny are some of the rarest and most sought after in the market. Over the years, coin collecting has proven to be a solid investment. If you're able to acquire the right coin at the right time, you could potentially see huge returns. In fact, some coins appreciate in value much faster than other traditional investments. So, if you're new to the world of numismatics, that's the study or collecting of coins, this might be a good place to start. Whether you're looking to collect coins for fun or as a potential investment, always remember that rarity, condition, and demand are the driving factors that will determine a coin's value. So, there you have it, everything you need to know about the 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you've got one of these rare pennies in your collection or happen to find one, you could be sitting on a potential fortune. Just make sure to get it authenticated and keep an eye on the market. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your fellow coin collectors. Who knows? You could be the next person to uncover a rare, million-dollar treasure. Stay tuned for more fascinating videos on coins, collectibles, and more. Until next time, happy collecting. Would you believe that a single penny, a coin most of us overlook every day, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? That's right. One of the rarest coins in U.S. history, the 1970 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, has captured the attention of collectors around the world. So, what makes this humble copper coin so valuable? And do you have one hiding in your pocket change? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the fascinating story behind this coin, to understand why the 1970 penny without a mint mark is so extraordinary, we need to rewind to the history of U.S. coin production. In the United States, pennies have been minted since 1793, evolving in design and composition over the years. The Lincoln penny, which features the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, first appeared in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin has become one of the most iconic in American history. In 1970, Lincoln pennies were produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most coins bear a small mark indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and, usually, no mint mark for Philadelphia coins. However, this particular 1970 penny with no mint mark isn't from Philadelphia. It's actually a result of a fascinating minting error. So, how did a penny with no mint mark end up being so valuable? The answer lies in a minting error that slipped through quality control. In 1970, an extremely small batch of pennies was struck on leftover proof planchets, special coin blanks typically reserved for collector sets. These planchets were meant for high-quality, mirror-like proof coins but were accidentally used in regular circulation production. Adding to the rarity, these coins lacked the S mint mark that would have identified them as being from the San Francisco Mint. The absence of the mint mark is what makes this penny unique. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist, making them a collector's dream. But here's where things get really interesting. One of these 1970 no-mint mark pennies recently made headlines when it was sold at auction for an astonishing $1.2 million. That's right, a single penny worth more than $1 million. The buyer? A private collector who recognized the immense historical and monetary value of this tiny piece of copper. This coin's journey to fame began when it was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who had a keen interest in mint errors. After professional authentication and grading by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the penny was certified as one of the rarest error coins ever found. The rest, as they say, is history. Now, let's break down why this penny is worth $1.2 million. First, rarity plays a huge role. With only a few examples known to exist, demand far outweighs supply. Second, the coin's condition is critical. Graded as MS67 red by the PCGS, this particular penny is in nearly perfect condition, making it even more desirable to collectors. Lastly, the story behind the coin, a minting error that defied all odds and slipped into circulation, gives it immense historical significance. Collectors love a good story, and this penny delivers. Now the big question: could you have one of these $1,000,000 pennies sitting in your pocket change? It's unlikely, but not impossible. Here's what to look for: no mint mark. If your 1970 penny lacks an S mint mark, you might have a special coin. Proof-like appearance. Look for a glossy, mirror-like finish. Certification. If you suspect your penny is rare, have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. While finding this exact coin is like winning the lottery, it doesn't hurt to check your collection. You never know what treasure you might uncover. Stories like the 1970 no mint mark penny remind us of the thrill of coin collecting. Rare coins not only hold immense monetary value but also connect us to history, telling the story of how these tiny artifacts shaped commerce and culture over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for these unique finds. Who knows? The next $1,000,000 coin could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a fascinating story like this one. And let me know in the comments, what's the most interesting coin you've ever found? Until next time, happy collecting. Hey there, coin collectors and curious treasure hunters. Have you ever wondered if you're holding a $1,000,000 penny in your pocket change? Well, stick around because today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1916 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, this tiny coin's current market value is an astonishing $1.1 million. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's uncover why this little piece of copper is worth so much. To understand why the 1916 no mint mark Lincoln penny is so valuable, we first need to take a trip back in time to 1909. That's the year the Lincoln penny was introduced to celebrate the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face, breaking away from the tradition of symbolic designs like liberty heads and eagles. Fast forward to 1916, and the Lincoln penny was already a familiar sight in American wallets. But what sets the 1916 no mint mark penny apart? That's where the plot thickens. Let's dig deeper into its production. If you're new to coin collecting, you might be wondering what a no mint mark coin even means. Typically, U.S. coins have small letters indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and so on. But coins without a mint mark were minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint didn't start using a P mint mark on pennies until much later, in 1980. So technically, the 1916 penny wasn't an error, it just followed standard practice for Philadelphia coins of the time. Now, what makes the 1916 no mint mark penny so special isn't just where it was minted, but its rarity today. Out of the millions of pennies struck in 1916, only a handful have survived in pristine condition. Most pennies from that era were heavily circulated, worn down, or lost over time. Finding one in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. To command top dollar at auction, a coin needs to be graded as mint state by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. For the 1916 no mint mark penny, it's this combination of rarity and top-tier condition that drives its value into the stratosphere. Let's talk about that jaw-dropping $1.1 million price tag. In recent years, a 1916 no mint mark Lincoln penny in immaculate condition sold at auction for this record-breaking amount. Why so high? Well, high-grade Lincoln pennies from the early 20th century are coveted by collectors worldwide, and competition can get fierce. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a piece of history in the best possible condition. And when only a few such coins exist, their value skyrockets. So, how can you tell if you've struck gold, or copper, in this case? First, flip that penny over and look at the date. You're searching for 1916. Then, check for the absence of a mint mark below the date. If there's no D or S, you might have a Philadelphia penny. But don't get too excited just yet. Condition is everything. Even if you find a 1916 penny, it needs to be in almost uncirculated or mint state condition to be worth serious money. Look for sharp details, minimal wear, and original luster. If you think you've got a winner, consider sending it to a professional grading service. If you're just getting started with coin collecting, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Inspect your change, always check your pocket change and coin rolls for rare dates and mint marks. Invest in tools. A magnifying glass and a coin collector's guide can help you identify valuable coins. Learn about grading. Study how coins are graded so you can better assess their condition. Store your coins properly. Use coin holders or albums to protect your collection from damage. Patience is key. You may not find a 1916 penny right away, but the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. So, could there be $1 million penny hiding in your spare change? It's possible, but remember, the 1916 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a rare gem. Even if you don't find one, the world of coin collecting is full of exciting discoveries and rich history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin adventures. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin, or which one you're hoping to add to your collection. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.